honestly so cold today. I feel like autumn is basically here already, which I'm not mad about. I'm not mad about. Anyway, hello guys. Welcome to today's video. I'm so happy that you are here and I'm so excited for today's video. We have another little challenge today. I thought we would see if I could guess the book from the first line. So what I've done with the help of my lovely mum, that rhymed. I've given her 16 of my all-time favourite books and she's chosen 8 of these and she's sent me the first line of them, and then I will have to look at these 16 books, guess which book the first line is from, and then we have the little answers on little cute cards that she's numbered. So we're going to take a guess, look at the answers, see if we've got it right, and see if we can guess the book from its first line and its first line only. I'm so excited. I'm going to run through these 16 books that I actually gave my mum so that you guys can also play along with, and I would love to know how well you do and how many you can get right. So you can leave your score in the comments and just play along with me. So let's go through the books that I actually gave my mum. So some of them I did kind of give in pairs just because I felt like maybe it would be obvious. I don't actually know how difficult this challenge is going to be, but just in case I did kind of pair them up just to see. So an example of that, I have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, but then I also threw in Nothing Like the Movies, which is the second one, because I feel like if it's really obvious if it's one of these two, then it would be kind of hard for me to decide which one it is out of these. I don't know, but you'll kind of see what I mean by I've kind of paired them up. So these are the first two out of the 16. We have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, we have Part of Your World and Just the Summer by Abby Jimenez, we have If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin, we have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. We also have 2 Freedom McFadden, so I gave her The Teacher and Never Lie. Then we have In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, Nightshade by Autumn Woods, and then we have 3 Jessa Hastings books. So we have Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hayes and The Conditions of Will, and then last but not least we have Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stevens. So there are our options. So we have our pile here. I'm gonna grab my phone and we can read the first line. Okay, book 1 is You've Chosen and Chosen Well. I don't think I've ever read that line before in my life. You've chosen and chosen well. Okay, let's try and narrow these down. My first instinct is maybe like The Naturals, but then as far as I remember, The Naturals starts when she's like working in a cafe. So that kind of confuses me. I don't think it's a Lynn Painter book, and I don't think it's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I also don't think it's an Abby Jimenez. I think it could be The Naturals. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is also a potential, just because it's kind of giving cryptic and this book is very much giving that. I don't think it's a Frida because I don't think it's as shocking enough to be a Frida. Nightshade, I think I would recognise the line because I read this quite recently. Don't think it's Daisy Hayes, I don't think it's Magnolia Parks. I think I'm gonna go for one of these two. Because I don't think it's like Our Infinite Fates. I'm kind of thinking this one purely because of like the FBI, and she gets chosen for the FBI, and she's a chosen one because she's a select few that are chosen to work on cold cases for the FBI. So I'm kind of thinking that one, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna lock in The Naturals. Okay, we're not gonna read the first line from the actual book just in case I get it wrong. So I'm gonna find, look how cute these are. I'm gonna find our number 1 on this little bit of paper. And I'm hoping this is going to say The Naturals. Do you guys want to look first? I feel like you guys should look first. Okay. Oh. Wait, which way around is it? What does that say? The Naturals! I actually am in shock that I got that right. I'm actually in shock. Okay. I kind of want to read how that starts. Oh, it's the U chapter, the creepy U chapters. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm actually so happy that I got that. So that's 1 point. Let's go on to book 2. Moths fluttered in my headlights over the long grass of the ditch. Why is this so much harder than I thought it was going to be? Moths fluttered in my headlights over the long grass of the ditch. So I'm thinking it's nighttime, starts off at nighttime, which is, my first thought is Nightshade. No, I know what it is. I know what it is. I think, oh, watch me be wrong now. I think it's Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez because I think it starts off with her car breaking down or something and he like comes to rescue her and that's like their meet cute. I'm gonna go with Part of Your World. by Abby Jimenez. I feel like that was very quick, so let's see. Part of your world. Part of your world. Oh my goodness, okay. I feel like it's been a while since I actually read this book, so I'm quite impressed actually that I managed to get that. Okay, 2 points, 2 out of 2. Line number 3, everybody lies. There is a dog going crazy in the background. Excuse that. Everybody lies. I think I know what this is. I think I know what this is. This was one of my first Freedom of Fandom books, and I just remember that just really sticking out to me, and I think it's Never Lie. I think. It would make sense because of the actual title. Never Lie. 3 out of 3. We're doing well. We're doing well. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. Line number 4. The ribbon binding their wrists together was as red as a wound. I know what that is. I know what that is. Okay, I feel like I know these books too well, actually. I know what that is. Just because the red ribbon is kind of symbolic of this book, I'm gonna guess Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. I'm gonna guess this one. Okay, number 4. Do you guys want to look at this one first? Our Infinite Fates. Yay, another point on the board. Okay, line number 5. Okay, so she's blanked out the name. So someone knew where they lived. Knew where they lived. So I'm guessing like the main character or someone? Someone knew where they lived. That's kind of giving thriller vibes, I feel like. So let's see what thrillers we have left. We have In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. And a lot of this is set at college, which would make sense that whoever would know where they lived because they're all at the same college. So I guess that would kind of make sense. The Teacher, I don't think it's this, just because, like I said, a Frida one is always quite shocking. So my gut is saying that it's not this one. The Night She Disappeared, it could be this one. I'm trying to remember how each of these like start. We also have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Wait, does it start off with Pip going to someone's house? I think it might be this one. I think I'm gonna go with The Good Girl's Guide to Murder because I think it starts with her going to like Sal's house or someone, or her talking about Sal's house. I don't know. That could be way off base, but I'm gonna guess A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm scared. Why can I not open this? A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That one was tricky though. I really want to see how that actually starts. Pip knew where they lived. Everyone in Little Kilton knew where they lived. Yeah, so she's talking about Sal and Ravi's like family house. Okay, number 6. I like this. That's the, it's in speech marks. I like this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what? What? I don't think it's a thriller. I think it's a romance of some sort. Okay, these are the romances that we have left. Somebody's saying, I like this. It could be Magnolia Parks, just because I remember that the start of this is a conversation between her and BJ. So it could be that one. It's also giving kind of like Liz vibes from Better Than the Movies, potentially, or even Wes maybe. So it could be one of those. Just for summer, I cannot even think what the start of this is. I think it's the start of the Reddit thread, but I can't think like what scene this opens with. I don't know. I really don't know. It could be The Conditions of Will as well. This is another one that I did read actually kind of recently, but I can't remember how it opens. I have a feeling it's something like Georgia going back home, or like something about her plans to go back home, but I'm not 100% sure. I've just seen that my mum has actually sent me another message that says, for book 6 only if you need extra help. So should we have a look at that and see what that is? Okay, it's the full sentence, I guess. I like this. He tugs on my dress coming up behind me. Okay, so it's a couple that's already kind of established, which makes me think it's Magnolia Parks, because that's kind of very Magnolia BJ coded. Do we think? And also that's kind of a trick one, because I think that's the first line of the actual chapter and not the little message that you get at the start. Okay, I'm gonna lock in Magnolia Parks for number 6. Magnolia Parks. That was tricky. For one of my favourite books of all time, you'd think that I would know that. Yeah, it's BJ talking to Magnolia. Okay, we got it though. We got it. Okay, there's only 2 left. Oh, I always feel like these challenge videos go so quickly and I just have so much fun doing them. Line 7, the name's blanked out, someone was mine. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, I don't think it's one of these because it never started off with them two. Unless it's like a trick and it's like Liz talked about Michael. Like Michael was mine. But I don't think that did happen. Nightshade. I know that this starts with her outside the gates of the university only because I've read it recently, but I can't think of what the first line is and I don't think it's that. Daisy hates. I can't imagine Daisy saying that about anybody. So, unless it starts with like Julian, but I think this one does start off with Daisy. So, I'm not going to say that one. Could potentially be if he had been with me. Like Finny was mine. Or Autumn was mine. Unless this is a complete trick and it's like not a name. I think this is definitely an option. Just for summer, I feel like it could be an option because what if it was like the summer was mine? But then I don't think she would have blanked it out. I think it is a name. Okay, it could be this. It could be the conditions of will. Could it be any of the thrillers? It could be In My Dreams I Held a Knife, but I don't know what name that would be. But that's kind of giving like creepy possessive vibes. I don't think it's this one. This is a big question mark. I'm gonna go with my gut instinct, and that is telling me that it's If He Had Been With Me, but that also doesn't really feel right. So is it my gut instinct? Who knows? I'm gonna go with this one because I think it's the closest to like how Finny and Autumn like knew each other and felt about each other, and it is something that potentially one of them could say about the other one. That's all I'm going off there. Okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna let you guys read it first. I ruled that one out so early as well. What? It's because it's the prologue. It's because it's the prologue. I completely forgot that the prologue even existed. It's like from Anonymous and it says Annalise was mine. I'm literally kicking myself at that. I'm literally kicking myself. I'm so intrigued what the actual first chapter line is. Okay, I would have definitely got it from that. The week my father was killed, I promised him I'd never set foot at Saraswang University, and I know Saraswang University as being associated with this book, but that is wild. That is actually wild. Even if they had the name in there, even if she put Annalise was mine, I still don't think I would have known what on earth was going on. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Okay. We got that wrong, but it's okay. Last one. I really hope that I get this right so then we can end on a high. The baby is starting to grumble. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, something with a baby in. This should be easier to narrow down. It's not gonna be this one. It's not gonna be the Lynn Painter books. In My Dreams I Held a Knife? I mean, I'm trying to think, is there like a babysitting scene in something like Just the Summer and that's how it starts? Ooh, it could be The Night She Disappeared because Tallulah, the girl that goes missing in here, has a baby. And that's made very clear at the start that she's like a young mum. So it could be this one. Daisy Hates is just not going to be that one. It's just not. I think this one makes the most sense, but I'm also scared. I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, we're going to lock in The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, purely because Tallulah is a young mum. Okay, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. The Night She Disappeared. Okay, I feel like that went well, actually. I'm quite happy with that, and that was so much fun. And actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be hard. But it's funny when it's with books that you haven't read in so long. Well, having said that, actually, the only one that I got wrong was the one that I'd read probably most recently out of all of these. But it's so interesting to see whether you can kind of get the vibe of a book from the first line. Well, that brings us to the end of this challenge and the end of this video. Please let me know how many you guys got right, and I really hope you enjoyed playing along with me as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.